Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. It's been a while since I played Isaac. Again, as always for you, episodes go up every single day. But for me, I had a huge backlog and I was away for a while, so it's been maybe 2.5 weeks. I'm hopeful that, you know, this is a good way to ease ourselves back into it. I got a streak I want to protect, and it's a legit streak. 53 is no joke. 9 GKB E0 XK. Well, I'll say just right off the bat, there's pretty much no better way to get reacclimated in a safe environment as to have Crystal Ball right off the bat and 3 HP. And honestly, Cambion Conception is a really, really good starting passive item for us. Especially with also 5 cents. I don't know why we started with 5 cents. Maybe we started with a random consumable, but I'm stoked because I'll take this because this counts as a book. I think we can get a better library chance as a result of having it. But we should be able to at least have a mild chance of getting an arcade. And arcade plus HP plus Cambion Conception is a great combo. Since it is a first floor and it's not XL, I'm going to, take damage and definitely sacrifice our Spirit Heart to come in here, and honestly, I'm not going to sweat damage that's not compromising our deal with the devil. We were going to lose the Spirit Heart regardless, so it doesn't really bother me. At least we get a charge for or more of a charge towards the Crystal Ball. So again, if we lose this run and we don't encounter a full run reroll that causes us to lose the run, then that's the you know, embarrassing right there. This should be a win by all, you know, accounts and purposes here. The only way I could see it really going wrong is a full run reroll, or maybe I'm just out of practice and bad, which I hope doesn't happen because that'd be a really shitty way for things to go. But you know, I think we've done a decent job of building a moment here, and we probably need to do so no longer. What we need to do is just, you know, ideally like not get hit much more. If we started this run with 1 HP, we still wouldn't have much excuse for dying, but we didn't start with 1 HP. I will say rate of fire great, damage not great, but at least having one of the pieces of that 2-piece puzzle is all you need most of the time. I don't know if we're gonna do the big room, but I do kind of want to see if there's a bomb available, and I do want to get more charges for Crystal Ball, so that's kind of why I'm going through these rooms right now. But we're gonna get 1 charge from the boss. We got 7 cents, so we probably won't go to our shop because an arcade is so valuable right now. And if it was... Ooh, that was actually really bad. If it was almost any other boss, I would probably use High Priestess, but what's the point? You know, we're fighting Pin, super low on HP. Pin, not us. And as long as we just don't give him too much of a chance to drop, like, the world's greatest bomb in the center of this small room, we should be totally fine. And, you know, we got hit, life goes on. A lot of Isaac is about ego, you know? I never take damage on Pin. Let's not worry about that. We got Pentagram. Pentagram is an excellent item and kind of solves the other half of that damage puzzle that I was talking about. We'll use Crystal Ball. We did not get a Spirit Heart, but we did get 2 of Hearts. And you know what? We're on 1 HP. Or 1.5, so I figured good time to take that. But it does throw a monkey wrench into my plan that we don't have a Spirit Heart right off the bat. So I'm going to work my way to the item room and possibly the shop. And the goal, of course, is to get a Spirit Heart, or I guess, you know, the goal is to not take Red Heart damage. We don't need to get a Spirit Heart to do that, but it is one of the best ways to do so, most plausibly for sure. But also our DPS is going to be really good now, so it's at the point where I'm like, you know, we're 3 items deep or something, and I'm still embarrassed about the fact that we took damage on the last floor, but we're much better off now. We'll check the item room before the shop, though. And that was a bad decision. Magic Fingers makes our second active item that we don't really care about. Blood Banks don't count as Red Heart damage, so let's start rolling the dice here. I understand, by the way, that Demon Judgment is also valuable. In fact, Demon Judgment is probably more valuable right now. I'm just gonna, you know, we can afford to go down to 1.5. Come on, let's not be too prudish here. That gives us the left hand, which is relatively solid, especially if we really want a Spirit Heart. Grab this, and I guess we'll just get ready to use High Priestess on the boss. Seems like it could be a good option here. We'll also play you, and for once, I always say like, oh, anything but HP, and then it gives me HP and I'm bummed out. But this time, might not be a bad idea. In fact, we got a Spirit Heart out of it, which is awesome. Let's go play you a little bit more. That was a whiff. We should be on 1.5. This will take us down to 1. Okay. Better to be safe than sorry. You don't want to lose because Curse of the Unknown and your own idiocy. Like, I can count and I can store an integer in memory, you know? But I do worry that I could be mistaken. So let's just be smart here. There is a Tinted Rock. We haven't gotten any bombs yet, which is a little bit of a bummer, but High Priestess should finish off this boss real easily. And there's another Spirit Heart and 2 pills, which I'm not going to take yet. Widow, just stomp it. Easy. Alright, so we secured our deal with the devil. We got another Demon Heart, and an evil upgrade, I guess, could be good. There's a damage upgrade from Dark Matter. I feel like maybe 80% confident that we could go... we should take these pills. Let's check them now. Retrovision. I Can See Forever. I Can See Forever could be really useful here, and it was. I feel reasonably confident we could play the Demon Judgment without putting ourselves at risk of death. So I think we should go do that. But let's play you first. To get some more HP here would be good. I think I'm willing to play the Demon Judgment like 6 times. In fact, now it would be more than 6. Let's say 8 times now. Hopefully it doesn't make us play it 8 times. That's... that would be 3 times, so we have 5 left. We shouldn't need it. I Can See Forever is good. Oh, and it's actually not 8 times. It would be like 16 times. Oh my god, we just lost a black heart. But we got Little Brimstone. And, Ceremonial Robes. Okay, so we're in an amazing spot on an HP perspective right now. Let's head down to the next floor. I Can See Forever we'll use immediately. This is good stuff. But we were a little closer to... I knew we weren't going to die, or I was very confident we wouldn't die, but I don't want to take out too many Demon Hearts for no reason. But it's definitely a good reason if we get Little Brim and Ceremonial Robes. So, pop I Can See Forever. Red chests mean we will do the room, and obviously we would be expecting to get a lot of red chests because of the fact that we have the left hand. And this haul is actually really good, by the way. We're going to keep Crystal Ball because it's one of the best items in the game from a defensive standpoint. But obviously Pandora's Box, 1 free item on this floor, I'll take it. Hopefully it's a demon item? No. What are you talking about? It's got to be a boss item, right? I think. Latchkey's fine. Actually, Latchkey's great. I'm happy to have the luck upgrades. Almost always. That's become like the hipster Isaac stat. For me, at least. And am I saying that I'm an Isaac hipster? In this context, yes. I don't find being a hipster that, like, bad of a thing anyway. Like the insult of being a hipster is just calling somebody, hey, you like things that I find a little hoity-toity, you fucking hipster. What's bad about hipsters? Well, you know, I guess, you know, gentrifying neighborhoods and pushing out people that can't afford to live there. That's pretty shitty. But I'm also, like, pretty okay with craft beer. And I hate them whenever you say, like, you know, oh, you know, I drink craft beer. People go, oh, are you gonna, you know, throw me in the gulag if I order a Budweiser? No, I think the problem isn't that you're, you know, encountering hipsters. It's just that you're surrounding yourself with assholes. Like, how does that happen on the... Anyway. We got Bloody Lust. Bloody Lust is really good. Addicted is not even like a bad thing at all right now, because we're not going to take damage on that room. Not to say I've never taken damage on rooms that we can't take damage on. Blow myself up with bombs on occasion, apparently. Life goes on. But I think, you know, we've been playing pretty well. Our Isaac track record recently is good enough. Anytime you get 50 wins in a row, you know, you're doing something right. Or getting insanely lucky on a ridiculous degree, but I don't think that that's the case. I think we've mostly just been... You get lucky on occasion with Eden. You get unlucky on occasion. I think a streak is all about doing your best when you have bad luck. That was terrible on my part there, but... you know, you don't really have to capitalize on your good luck. It'll capitalize on itself. What you do have to do is not totally fuck up when you have bad luck. Streaks are defined by... Or at least Eden streaks are defined by that swing, I think. Really happy that we got a nickel out of that, because now we can get an arcade on the next floor and hopefully do exactly the same thing we did on the last floor, especially now that we have a little bit more HP. But this one is starting to pop off to the point that, you know, it probably will not be in a bad position, or we shouldn't be in a bad position, ever, honestly, unless we get a full run reroll, and I'm okay with that. We'll give it a shot if we get a full run reroll. We did get an arcade, so the dream is basically coming true. I mean, you couldn't ask for much of a, you literally could, but functionally you couldn't ask for much of a better start. We got such ridiculous synergy for, I was just gonna say, for IV bag. Because not only do we have KMB and Conception, but also Bloody Lust. Now if we could just get like Mom's Heart, or Mom's Purse Bloody Penny, we could have ridiculous damage on every single floor. So I'm really happy about this. Give me a minute here, just gotta check something going on in the background. I saw that I had 103 notifications on Twitter, and I was like, that sounds bad. What happened? And it just turns out people really like this tweet that I had that says, if you see me at Minecon, that's not me. I'm not at Minecon. That's just a bald man. I gotta say, been killing it with the tweets lately. Maybe that's where my lot in life lies. I'm gonna keep left hand over the lifesteal, even though the Isaac's Fork could actually be good for us. And it definitely fits in the archetype of, like, being good with the IV bag. But this is why we wanted to keep it, because we get stuff like 9 lives. Anyway, we'll take 9 lives later. I'm not going to take it now. And Curse of the Tower is one of a very few, or a very small subset of items on my shit list. I'm not bragging, by the way. Like, being good at Twitter is basically like, hey, I tell very accessible bad jokes sometimes. But that tweet of me and that Japanese egg mascot known as Gudetama popped off, dude. That got like 400 retweets or something like that. I never would have expected it. It says, don't talk to me or my son ever again. It's got everything. It's got a picture. It's got a stuffed animal. And it's got a meme all baked into it. It was my best engineered tweet ever. You know, it's got a long way to go. I still haven't gotten a 1K retweet meme yet, but we're working on it. You know, hopefully at some point in the future it'll happen. And maybe that's where the market lies now. It's not about making YouTube videos anymore. It's all just about funny tweets, man. Making the world a better place. Why have a 140-minute long Isaac episode if we could just have a 140-character long tweet? And then I could live stream myself baking my own tweets. And I call it baking because it's artisan, okay? There's a lot of skill that goes into it. Not really. I have to, and people, I know, I see you in the comments. Through my Minority Report style precognition, I see you. 10 bucks says he forgets the 9 lives back there. Hey, how about you give me 10 bucks and then suck on my 9 lives? See, if you thought that was dirty, it doesn't really, it's not dirty, it doesn't really make any sense, is the problem. I'm not gonna forget it. I just want to, you know, see if we have anything that we want to do with our HP before we sell out. And the answer is probably no. I can't really, especially now that the deal with the devil obviously did not have anything for us that we could sell at least, or buy with our HP. There's nothing we could really do about that. Might as well come in hot on that one and grab a little bit more of this. And then we're only at 11 minutes and we're just getting stronger and stronger. So I sort of feel like we should buy this and then go like that. Because you might say, well, that's like a lot of work to make 2 cents. But it wasn't just 2 cents, you know. It also got us closer to the next KMB and Conception payout. And then KMB and Conception gave us Incubus. So I think that ended up being a really good decision. From a design standpoint, or from every standpoint, Incubus is really good. But KMB and Conception, this is what I was going to say, is actually one of my favorite items in the game. It's just a really cool, kind of novel concept for an item. Also, I could use a little fuel myself. Well, you could. I'll use a little change. If my name was Shane, that would be my theme song. We could all use a little Shane. And then I would pop out of the birthday cake and say, hello, boys. Let's go, boys. Man, I feel like a Shane. So we're obviously just one guppy item away. Like, let's be real. This run is, barring catastrophe, is 1. And I don't, people are gonna take that as cockiness. It's actually like, I'm trying to be self-effacing about it. Trying to say, if you only watch these episodes to see me lose, you should tune out. Because we are overpowered at this point, and likely we have the tools to continue to be overpowered. So I wouldn't hold out a lot of hope for a loss, but maybe some high quality memes, it's potentially plausible. I don't know. Have I ever participated in a high quality meme? Probably not. Has a high quality meme ever existed? Yeah, there's probably some. I can't think of them on the top of my head, but there's been some memes that I've enjoyed. I really like the meme of Hideo Kojima shaming press for making fun of Quiet wearing a bikini. And when you see the reason for her dress, you will be ashamed of your words and your deeds. That's one of my favorite memes. And you know what? That meme hasn't even popped off yet. It's hit like a certain critical mass, but, you know, it hasn't hit Harambe levels yet, which is probably good. I'm gonna take Mom's Knife. We don't have anything that really synergizes with a high rate of fire that is destroyed by Mom's Knife, so yeah, I'm gonna take Mom's Knife. And I really like Incubus with the tiny Mom's Knife. It's like they made a special little baby knife just for Incubus. You know what? I'm feeling generous. The run's been generous to me. Let's be generous to the run. We're gonna donate a lot. Hopefully they'll let us donate a lot. And I gotta say, getting Mom's Knife, basically ×2 because of Incubus, definitely makes up for the fact that we had like 8 item rooms be totally stupid and shitty for us because they were all active items we had no use for. Probably a decent run to go to Boss Rush as well. Like, the timing's there. We also just became Guppy. So this is, like, I was not being insincere when I said this is like the best run ever to come back on. We were strong and very, like, defensible from the beginning. And we're just getting stronger. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. Sure, I mean, I'll take the Mark. And I'll take Sack Dagger. We got 9 lives. It's borderline impossible to imagine a situation where this goes wrong. Especially, like, we're already working towards our next transformation. I will say, yeah, we've kind of, by giving up so much HP, we've kind of lost an extra crack at Bloody Lust. I guess we should get rid of the left hand. But it doesn't really bother me, because it's still gonna be good. Like, when we get hit, we're still gonna get a power bonus, even if we can't create that bonus for ourselves. We may get more HP in the future. I mean, it's like a pretty common type of item to get. And beyond that, I'd rather have, you know, if it's guaranteed damage versus potentially greater damage, most of the time, because I'm a little baby back bitch, I'd rather just have the guaranteed damage. See, the plays are coming back already. That was like, you know, use your IV bag to enter the room, because at least you'll get a couple of pennies for it on the other side. And, of course, you know, every hit also works with Cambion Conception. This was a really, and I say was, even though it's not over. Come on with these Curse of the Towers. The best thing about Curse of the Tower is the prerogative to have a little fun and oh, 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 a terrible item. Why would you try them? Bad bombs, sure. Okay, I think that the Shania Twain reference is not going to pop off. First off, she's a Canadian pop princess, and I mean no disrespect to Shania. The pride of Timmins, Ontario. You're going to say, NL, how do you know the town that Shania Twain was born in? Ask any Canadian where Shania Twain was born, and they will be like, pride of Timmins, Ontario. I'll fucking tell you that right off the bat. What about Wayne Gretzky? Brantford, Ontario. Bobby Orr? Parry Sound, motherfucker. You think we don't know where our national heroes come from? I don't know where Jim Carrey's from, but I'm gonna say that it's Scarborough. It's it's not really a suburb, but it's part of the greater Toronto metropolitan area. I'm gonna peep that. Put me on record. Jim Carrey birthplace. Newmarket? What a fucking waste. You know where Newmarket, Ontario is? Half hour north of Toronto. What a fucking idiot. Scarborough is about 15 minutes to the east. God damn it. Sometimes I don't know why I bother. I don't even know Jim fucking Carrey's from Newmarket. Everybody knows Jim Carrey's from Newmarket. The best thing about being Jim Carrey is the prerogative to be from Newmarket, Ontario. Okay, I've never been to Newmarket, actually. I've been along, you know, the Don Mills Parkway going into Toronto. I've gone past Toronto. Gotten off at, you know, Scarborough Town Center on the shuttle bus to take the train into the city. But I've never gone to Newmarket. You know what? If I went to a grocery store in Newmarket, it would be a Newmarket because it's impossible for me to have seen it, except for the fact that the Canadian grocery industry is completely ruled by, 5 or 6 grocers that are across the entire country. So honestly, you've seen one, you've seen them all. But Newmarket. The best thing about being Newmarket is that you're famous for birthing Jim Carrey. Oh, oh, oh. I was gonna say When Harry Met Sally, but that doesn't work. That's Billy Crystal. Like Billy Klitzel. Take the Polaroid. What do you got? Okay, fine. I've been away for a while. Let's do it. I mean, it's not good. Like, homing bombs doesn't provide us with very much here, but we might as well take it. I still am not taking Curse of the Tower. I think, like, the more bomb synergies you get, maybe the worse Curse of the Tower actually gets, which is another reason that I think that item mostly sucks. It's like, there is a synergy that makes Curse of the Tower good. You can get Host Hat, or you can get Pyromaniac. 2 items out of, like, 2,000, and one of them special. So, you're unlikely to see it. Still, though. That was not a good place to stand. I get it. People are like, I miss the old NL, and then they post the Kanye lyric, and usually it's about me not taking Curse of the Tower or something like that. But honestly, I think people have really settled into an equilibrium with the way that I play Isaac, and I'm happy, because it took a long time to get there. For like several years, and I mean that sincerely. A lot of complaints about the way that I played Isaac. Of course, it also helps that, we're popping off a 50 win streak right now. It's harder at least to criticize when someone's basically crushing it. But I will say, for a while, it was like mildly frustrating or even stressful. People were like, oh, you fucked it up. You forgot to use this really remarkable synergy of combinations of items, and you screwed yourself, and I hate your videos on subbing. I think now it's like, hey, there's only like, 20 people still playing Isaac on YouTube. Let's be happy with what we got here. And I still zane it up. I'm hip. I'm with it. No, but I'm just, it's now controlled zaniness. Like, it used to be like an Amy Winehouse sort of tire fire. I'm not punching down, she struggled with addiction. And, we've kind of toned down that like complete Courtney Love style train wreck, and now we're more of like a Robert Downey Jr. He had that phase, and now he's become a functional adult, and he's kind of made that zaniness and that part of his life, part of his personality, that it contributes to his charm without having destroyed him, which is better, because he is Tony Stark. And we're still zany. We still know how to party. We can still stay awake until 10 a.m. Wait, 10 p.m. on a Friday. 10 a.m. is actually like, that's staying awake too long. I did it like, I had some wild nights in college. That movie 8 Crazy Nights is actually about me. I know you thought it was about Hanukkah. Common misconception. Oh, right, we can't just do that. I was like, let's IV bag our way through invincibility. Not a good idea. Anyway, long story short, I had some late nights in college, like 36-hour nights in college. I'm just over it now. Now I'm at the point where, like, if I get like 6 hours of sleep instead of 8 hours of sleep, I can just tell the next day, like, something doesn't feel right. I'm very lucky, by the way, to have a job that has flexible hours. So if I have insomnia, I can just be like, you know what? We don't need Guppy's hairball. Let's not be ridiculous. If I have insomnia, I can just be like, you know what? We'll wake up 3 hours later and get the same amount of work done. But I have become a little bit of a baby. Like, I sleep so much now. And it's great. I know people are probably like, man, if you have flexible hours, you probably get sick of sleeping 9 hours a night. Nope. It's still awesome. I hate to tell you. It's always good. Sleeping is not one of those things where you only appreciate it when you don't have it. I have never taken it for granted. And I guess we want to pick it up, so maybe we can use IV bag, but it's a crapshoot, but it probably doesn't matter. I'm not bragging, by the way. I'm not saying, check out how cool I am for sleeping this much. And I also recognize that some of you out there are probably like, I don't want to sleep 9 hours a night or even 8 hours a night because it would be bad for my productivity. Or, you know, I like being up at night so I can watch TV or whatever, and I don't mind getting 6 hours of sleep or 5 hours of sleep in exchange for that. That's fine. Like, you know, live your life. I'm not telling you the way to live your life. All I'm saying is that sleeping for 8 hours, 9 hours, sometimes 10 hours is dope. It is the dopest. Well, NL, why don't you tell us some more, like, revolutionary facts. Sleeping is good. Wow, you're really bringing the heat in this episode. You got any more controversial opinions? Human beings consume energy as a way to, you know, fuel their metabolic processes. Easy there. I know you're gonna say don't take Curse of the Tower. You know what? I feel like the game has decided that this run should have Curse of the Tower. It's showed up 3 times. And you know what? If you're persistent enough to show up 3 times on my run, I'll take you. Isaac's Heart, I might need it to show up like 8 times, and then I'll be like, sure, let's do this. But I will take Curse of the Tower. Curse of the Tower is unlikely to fuck us up that bad. I would take Curse of the Tower over Marked in like almost any situation. And okay, we're getting a little zany here. Don't even get me started, or don't even start with me, I suppose I should say. We say, oh, Marked lowers your rate of fire. Okay, I know, all right? Maybe drinking your first piss of the day has all sorts of benefits nutritionally for you as well. But at the end of the day, you're still drinking piss, okay? It's not a pleasant experience, I imagine. For me, at least. I'm not trying to kink shame you if that's what you're into. That's the same thing. Marked actually, it breaks the Maslow's hierarchy of needs in Isaac. It's not just a bad item, it makes the game a bad game until I'm done with it, most of the time. So, that's like, you know, it actually undermines my enjoyment of the game, which is why I'm not taking Marked in many/any situations. Getting a lot of items. This, the real question about this right now is, are we gonna fight Hush? And I think it depends on this deal with the devil. And I think the answer to that question is no. Because I'd rather have Rotten Baby and not fight Hush. I have to admit as well, having 9 lives makes me less likely to fight Hush. Because not only would our streak... like, if things went wrong, our streak would not only end, it would end in, like, the worst fashion, because I would probably just die 9 times. Or 10 times. 9 times. So it would be bad. I really, like, 9 lives almost always makes me not want to do the Hush fight. The exception would be if we were, like, quite literally unkillable. Which we're not, but... even if we, like, lose our life, which is plausible. If we lose our life on this floor, or on the next floor, it's not that bad. Because we have so much damage that, you know, 1 HP should be enough to get us through some pretty dire situations. But on the Hush fight, he has so much HP no matter what that... I mean, it's plausible to get through without taking damage. We've done it on many occasions, or at least some occasions with the Lost and maybe even the Keeper. I can't recall if we flawless the boss with the Hush with the Keeper, but you know, you gotta do it in those situations. We don't have to do it in these ones, which is way better. That's a much more sensible way to live our lives. Now, we probably should get the HP, but I just don't care that much, to be honest. I totally should have been using Maw of the Void more appropriately as well, but... again, like, we should be on a half-heart. And sometimes it is about doing the little things right, but I'm just gonna say that this is not one of those situations, because we have Mom's Knife and a butt-ton of damage. You might say, how much is a butt-ton? And you might say, like, is that a ton of butts? No, that's stupid. It's actually it's a measure of weight that describes how much weight you can keep in your butt. So, you know, a butt-ton is actually only like 3 or 4 ounces. And yeah, we use Imperial for butts. Get over it. That's how life is in the 6. I mean, 2020 is pretty good here. Bumbo exists. Sad Onion's pretty good. Punching Bag is mostly pretty bad, I think. And Little Chubby's okay. I like that we have 4 knives now. Like, that's a pretty awesome situation to find ourselves in. And our luck is such that I think... fuck off. Our luck is such that I think we should be able to grab a decent number of chests here. So far, so good. And Infamy's a great item. I will have Bumbo pick up all this. Especially with good bomb synergies, I don't see a good reason to not get max level Bumbo if the money's around. I'm not going to go farming for it, but You know, if they want to give me the money, that's fine. What, you don't get an item for finishing the room? These dang millennials. Every time they finish a room, they want an item. Back in my day, we just burned coal and didn't worry about the environment. These days, all these millennials are so uppity about, oh, you're ruining the planet. Oh, my precious Gaia. Like, get over you, pussies. We wrecked the planet, we'll just get another one, you little bitch. That's life in 2016. Every planet gets a trophy just for participating. I don't even know what character this is, but I do want to point out that it's facetious. I think we should probably stop killing planet Earth. But at the same time, what if the path... What if... We've never considered this. What if global warming is just like Earth's puberty? I want to even say before we get started on this joke that it's a joke. Because I don't want this to be a harmful attitude that gets taken seriously. But what if... global warming is just like Earth's puberty? You know, it's like an awkward phase and you're like, oh, temperatures are rising. It's a hormonal imbalance, right? But then when Earth comes out on the other side, it's gonna be like put together and smoking hot. Maybe like our oxygen is gonna be way doper after we go through puberty. That's it. Climate change is just the Earth's balls dropping, man, until it ascends to a higher form. Yeah, we might not have any fresh water left. Who cares? Why are you being such a bitch about it? We'll just drink Gatorade. I don't really want lard. I don't care if we lose this life. That's the thing. Like, we'll take lard if we lose this life, because it'll give us a guaranteed boss win in all likelihood, but we still probably don't need it, even though we're on effectively 2 HP. Well, literally 2 HP. We don't need it. We're killing things too quick. I mean, like, look at that. We killed Blue Baby in like a second. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. This is a good way to come back to the game. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more. New Afterbirth episodes come out every day at 6 a.m. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.